Okay, so in our last video we managed to add the platforms here that we had created inside tiled, so in the same position, using Flixel add-ons and some for loops and all that good stuff. Now what we're going to do is add some collision, but first of all I'm going to move a few things around to do that. So I don't need this, I don't need that. Oh, okay, let me show you why. In the previous video I had a console, I had a debugger, because I had one inside here for a previous video and I forgot to remove it, so that's why that was there. Don't save. So now let's get rid of all this stuff, and I just need to have two files, so the play state and the level state. So because I want this file to contain everything to do with the level, I'm going to move basically a lot of stuff from here into here, and this will essentially be a husk just to kind of create the uniqueness of the level, if that makes sense. So first, let's go ahead and take this here. Actually, we'll take everything. So grab these two things, put them inside here, which means that we will need pretty much all this stuff as well. And background layer, we will put that inside an override. Actually, let me just copy and paste a bunch of stuff. It's probably easier to do that. So put that one back. Copy this one here. And we'll paste that one inside here. So the reason we're doing this is so that this file here will essentially be just level 1. And if we wanted to create level 2, we could reuse, oh my gosh, quick time. Okay, we could reuse all the code here, and we'll just change a few kind of settings. So each level is going to have a player, so we need to get that inside, where do you want to put it? Where do you want to put this player? Let's put it down here. Right, and then we're going to add player beneath it. Okay, and then after all this, we will grab this collisions for the camera. So as you can see now, this is getting very, very empty, which is a good thing, in my opinion. I think at some point we might split this up, but for now, we'll leave it as this, and we're going to take all of this as well, and surprise, surprise, move it into here. Perfect. So let's save both files, see if we have any errors, and it looks like we are good. We don't need this. No, we do need that. Okay, let's see if the game is working as it was before. Great. Okay, so we're going to add some arguments here. We're going to have inside our level, our create level, we'll have level name, which will be string, and we're going to have player position, which will be object or struct with x and int, and y also is an int. And what we're going to do is replace this one here with level name. So we're going to have single speech marks or quotation marks. Put $ and the level name. This is how you add a variable into a string. And we're going to put that level name here. So I'll grab the level name from here and put it into here. We're also going to do the same for the player position. So player pos down here. Player pos x, player pos y, and we'll make a object here, x 500 and y 200. I think that's what it was before. Cool. So if we save both those, the levels should work as it was before. Okay, check that inside the browser, and we are winning. Okay, so now the collisions should be fairly easy to add. We'll make this into one window again, and we are going to grab this line, copy and paste it. So we want the player to collide with the platform group, which hasn't been made yet. Sorry, it has been made, but we kind of want it up here because we can't access it from this create level into here. So let's put it up here as a normal variable, which is tiled object layer, and then we can just do that. No, sorry, this is not a tiled object layer. This is this one here. Okay. And then just do this. Okay, and now this update method should have access to platform group. Let's save and see if that worked. Okay. Refresh, player falls down, if they collide, bang. Okay, so that worked. Not the way we expect. And I'm going to, of course, explain why. By default, if you make a sprite inside Flixel, it has a, what's the word? It has a variable called immovable. And by default, that immovable is set to true. No, set to false. So we want that immovable to be set to true, so that means it can't be moved. We're going to save the game, as in it can't be moved by the player. It can be moved if we want to move it, but it can't be moved by the player. So player falls down, bang, jump onto it. Yeah, just about made it. So I don't want the player really to start falling down. I'd rather they start down here somewhere. So let's change this here to say 80 and 672. I've kind of done the experimentation already. That's how I know what these values are. But if you kind of move this to about, how's it down here? You kind of see already that 80 is about here. 672 is a bit here, about there. So this is where the player's going to start. So let's save that. Cool. And then once that's built, refresh the browser, and the player is down here. Cool. And that is pretty much it. Just another cool thing to show you guys. If you hit the what's this key? The slash that goes like that. Let me type it in the browser. I don't know what it's called, if it's forward or back, but this thing over here. If you hit that key, right, you can toggle on the Flixel debugger. You can see cool stuff like the collision boundaries and also frame rate and stuff, if you care about that. And you can see faintly there's a light green border around each one of these, and there's a red border around the player to show how the collisions work. So you can see how the collisions are working inside Flixel, which is super cool. Okay, so some homework, guys. If you want to add some extra platforms here, because it's a bit of a boring level, so you want to add some verticality. You can move these wherever you want, play the game, see if the player can access it, and in the next video we're going to go ahead and add some collectibles to this level. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.